Hey everyone! Welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we're going to see Shanks' daughter that was introduced in the One Piece Red film trailer. If you'd like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. During this week, we could only talk about One Piece. Besides the big revelation about Luffy's transformation into Joy Boy, it was also revealed that he possesses the fruit of Nika, the sun god. We would have hardly had a revelation as big as this. At least, that's what we initially believed. After all, we now have the movie Red, which revealed Shanks' daughter. That's right, Shanks, the great pirate who motivated Luffy, has a daughter, and she will be the main character in this movie. But who is her mother? Where does she live? And what does she want? Let's see all about it in today's video. Okay, it's very important that you leave your like on today's video, and also that you subscribe if you aren't already subscribed to this channel yet. Now let's talk about the great news. As seen during the film's trailer, we see that the protagonist Luffy seems to be extremely angry about some, as of yet, unrevealed event. But the focus of the film, above the red-haired pirate himself, seems to be a mysterious girl named Yuta. During the movie trailer, we see Shanks talking to her, and in this first conversation, we see the red-haired man calling the girl his daughter. We do not yet know if the events of the movie will be fully canonical, but we saw that the story was written by the author of One Piece, Ichiro Oda, which indicates that many events in this movie may contain references to the events of the anime and manga. Even if the story does not take place in the same official timeline, the movie may still contain hints and explanations that are valid for the canonical universe of One Piece. Continuing with the events of the One Piece Red movie, possibly Shanks will only have brief appearances in the movie, while the main character will be Yuta, who was introduced as the redhead's daughter. Yuta is introduced to us in the trailer as the world's greatest diva, possibly due to her artistic talents and her singing and dancing abilities, which are the focus of the events shown in the movie's trailer. We don't know if Yuta's talents have been enhanced or used to better the power of a devil fruit, but apparently Yuta's actions are causing the Straw Hat Pirates to start taking action, and this to confront Shanks' supposed daughter. After all, as mentioned earlier, we see Luffy screaming in anger at the beginning of the trailer, and apparently he is furious about something Yuta is doing. We also see the following question being asked: how is Shanks letting his daughter do this? Apparently, Shanks didn't have much contact with Yuta during the mysterious character's growth, and he knew he couldn't be with her because of the journey he would be on as a great pirate. But we see in the moment when Shanks tells Yuta in a flashback that even though they are far away from each other, they will always be father and daughter, which indicates that he has not had much contact with his supposed daughter, not being there for her. Also, during the moment when he is saying goodbye to that little girl, apparently he had already started his journey as a pirate. After all, Shanks looked older than he was 12 years ago when he met Luffy. Moreover, we know that Shanks became Yonkuo between a period of 4 to 6 years after Luffy started his journey as a pirate. In this way, it makes me believe that possibly Shanks saved Yuta from some traumatic event while traveling with his crew through the seas of the Grand Line. After all, a scene of great chaos and destruction is shown in another flashback. In this scene, we see that Yuta, younger than the events of the main timeline of the film, is crying desperately thanks to some as of yet unrevealed event. She was screaming and stretching her arms out as if she was trying to go to some other character, possibly her mother. Maybe something sad involving a pirate battle, world nobles, or any other similar event caused Yuta to lose her family or her dream. And after that, she was saved by Shanks, which made little Yuta consider him as a father. All this is based on the timeline where Shanks started his journey as a pirate. After all, the red-headed man started acting as a pirate and forming his crew 12 years after the end of the Roger Pirates crew, which indicates that at the age of 24, he started his journey. We also know that at age 27, he met Luffy, who was only 7 years old at the time, and about 5 years after that, Shanks had already become a Yonkuo, and this makes the conversation between him and the redhead bring us some doubts. After all, we know that Yuta seems to be of a similar age to Luffy, but from the way she and Shanks communicated, it seems that the pirate was saying goodbye to her for the first time, and that she wanted to go with him back to the sea. This may indicate that either he periodically met with his daughter, which is why she did not want her father to leave, or Shanks actually met Yuta during that short period of time where he saved her. As we saw being said in the manga by the Goroseus, Shanks is a pacifist. He doesn't like battles and tries to prevent any chaos and disorder, while with his crew, he tries to avoid, as much as possible, getting into any unnecessary battles. But at the same time, we see he doesn't mind fighting when someone important to him is in danger. We know that even then, something happened to Yuta, which made her different from Shanks. Since the flashbacks were shown briefly in the trailer, we don't know if the sad event Yuta experienced happened before or after the parting between her and Shanks, but this apparently motivated her to create a plan that is being put into practice in the film, and which in the end may involve revenge. Luffy wants to stop Yuta, after all, and he wonders why Shanks didn't stop her and allowed his daughter to do what she was doing that hasn't been revealed to us yet in the first trailer of the movie. However, in any case, Shanks may have actually had a daughter and had little contact with her. This may have made her feel lonely and even hate the pirates, especially after the event where you see the girl crying. There is also the possibility that Yuta lost her family in a disaster and was rescued by Shanks, who may have taken care of her for a brief moment and created a family bond. After all, Shanks does call her his daughter. There is also the possibility that Shanks rescued Yuta from the world nobles, or other groups, and this because of her talent. It's worth remembering that she is considered the greatest diva in the world. That is, she has great autistic talents. For this reason, she may have been forced to use talents she possessed as entertainment for nobles, and Shanks would prevent this by protecting the girl and creating a bond with her, just as he created a bond with Luffy. After all, we know that Sekai and Sefu and all the pirates see Shanks as a problem, but they admit that he is a man who does not try to take control of the whole world and does not seem to present that much danger. We also saw how easily he was able to enter the home of the world nobles, and even managed to go to where the Gorosei are. So it would not be impossible that he has, in the past, done something similar and discovered and rescued Yuta. But in those last two cases I mentioned, Shanks would have left Yuta alone, and at worst, to live alone, which could also motivate her to start acting on her own and create a plan that would now have her facing Luffy and his crew. We know that the Straw Hat pirate Luffy sees Shanks as his ideal pirate role model, his childhood hero, and this has made him want to go to sea just like Shanks. We see that Shanks really came to admire Luffy's will to be a great pirate. He saw that the boy really had a great willpower and even seemed to carry the will of his former captain, Gold B. Roger. But at the same time, he did not want to take Luffy to sea. At the age of 12, Shanks traveled to sea together with the great king of pirates, being apprenticed to his crew, but he did not want to take Luffy along with him. After all, the future great pirate, who is now the sun god, was still too young. The same may have happened to Yuta, who may not have been at Shanks' side because of her age, and so was not taken to join the crew of the pirate who, at some point, became one of the emperors of the sea. So in this way, Shanks would have left Yuta alone, being protected either by her mother or by someone else. And in this way, we did not see the growth and the actions of the young girl who now seems to become both the protagonist and perhaps the villain of the film. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there is a possibility that Shanks will be the background for the whole story of the movie, but it may be that he doesn't have a major role in the movie, so we don't expect to see a lot of movement and revelations about the redhead story, as we initially expected. But please comment what you think about the new character that's appeared in One Piece, what you think is the story of Shanks' daughter, who you think is the mother of the Emperor's daughter, and also comment what you think will happen in the movie. That's it, my Mugiwara. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading all of them, as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your favorite